We are in the Frank Banko Ale House Cinemas. We're in the red cinema, actually. This is the 200-seat cinema. We're in one of the few cinemas that allow you to bring beer and wine that of course, you don't bring from home, but you bring in from the bistro outside. We're a foreign art house independent cinema, and we do a lot of specialty programming that nobody around here does. The vision was there to bring something unique as far as a cinema experience. It wasn't necessarily about the film so much as the experience, to the Lehigh Valley. And that experience, that kind of higher experience of what a cinemaphile is better served when you're doing independent foreign art house releases. We do a lot of specialty programming that nobody around here does. Repertory stuff, like we'll be showing Jaws later in June. In July, we've been running the late night horror series.
Jay and Brian's Excellent Video Store is a, I guess you would say, traditional style video rental and used movie store.
Well, basically it started with a giant movie collection and, some amateur writing and directing and, I was looking for an actor and I was pointed at Jay and, basically we just met up and, realized we both had two gigantic movie collections and, basically from there it just started.
First was a patron, went to a bunch of their showings, a bunch of their screenings of, classic horror films.
Well, it starts with a giant list of about 100 movies, and then basically we have to bicker at each other to figure out which ones we want to play, because there's just so many to show and only so many weekends in a year, It's just basically, it's like, what aren't we going to show?
Certifiably hard not to choose the thing that you want to watch and something that everybody needs to watch, but kind of put feelers out for what's going on, in the mainstream theater world. For example, Prometheus was a big release, so we said, hey, let's put the sequel on the big screen, before the movie comes out. So kind of get an idea on what people are into in the now to, kind of see what they'd be into watching from back then.
This time, it's war.
In October, we're doing Nosferatu on the big screen, the original, black and white, with Not So Silent Cinema. They're a band and they play in front of the film because, as most people know, the film is silent. So, it's like a live scoring of the film. A traditional vampire movie with a little something extra.
And this particular band for Nosferatu is a band that just calls themselves Not So Silent Cinema. They tour around the East Coast performing in front of silent films. They do Mark of Zorro. We've got them coming in for Nosferatu, which is like one of the first vampire movies from 1932. We're really excited for that.
First weekend of the month, we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Second weekend of the month, we have Friday the 13th, Part 6. The last weekend of the month, we have Vincent Price, Last Man on Earth. And the second to last weekend of the month is the Jay and Brian Presents showing of Hellraiser, high definition cut of the film on the big screen.
I want to go with, the higher grossing horror movies as opposed to, The Stranger and Obscure where, you're going to get 3 people showing up instead of, 100. So, it has to be, we all love Blood Car, but, we know 4 people are going to see it, as opposed to if you show something like Aliens, you'll, basically almost sell out the theater.
We felt that it was important to bring that in because it's just part of the mission at Arts Quest to serve the arts. And, with the arts, there's already enough multiplexes around, I think arguably, and maybe not enough foreign independent art house cinemas. And so we've found that, the market is definitely there. We've been doing as well, I think, as any first year, I guess we're in our second year, cinema could possibly hope to do. A cinema experience. What it is that we want to provide is not just on screen, but obviously when you sit down, you get to relax and just kind of take a load off for a couple hours. So the idea was that these seats were kind of quote unquote state of the art. They don't have to massage things in them, but Would have been nice. But they're comfy. As far as the picture, we wanted to make sure too, every cinema is facing, and has faced, or is dealing with the idea of digital conversion. And we are halfway through that process. We just need a couple more things. We have the digital projectors. We wanted to make sure we were ready for that, because the time's coming where, and it's very soon, where people are not going to be giving out film anymore. The film is very strangely going to be this thing of the past, that you're going to get archival prints, and we will keep our 35mm projectors so that we can show archival film and things like that. We know there's still a huge value in being able to show film. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be a home for people who really love cinema in the Lehigh Valley. That's what, Arts Quest and the Frank Banko Ale House Cinemas wants to be. We want to be that home for people who love cinema, love to talk about cinema, love to be a part of it.
It's like the same reasons that, we have this business. At the end of the day, you have to do what you like. So we get to do what we like all the time. It's kind of like being a kid, always, and having this big box of toys. And you get to open up that toy chest and share your toys and the things you love with everybody,
More or less, it's just the experience of, just sharing what you love with somebody else,
When we return, meet the folks behind the scenes of the South Side Film Festival.